Hello and welcome to another episode of Behind the Barricade here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday evening. I am one of your hosts, Rodney Harris, joined by my wonderful co-host, Chris Carlson, Mark Ray. Chris, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude. What's going on?
And hanging in there. Been a rough 3 weeks, but we're powering through. Summer is in full effect, and the heat is coming, folks. So if you don't invest into an air conditioning unit now, invest this week. Get it. Get it while the getting's good. Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm fired up, brother.
Hey man, fired up indeed. A lot of things going on in the wrestling world. A couple of updates, a couple of things moving around. Got the Vince McMahon situation just get pried open more and more. We got Big Mama Pump talking about Chris Benoit in an very, very mean light. Set the wrestling world ablaze. And the wrestling world's lost their mind after Booker T showed up at the Reality of Wrestling
I saw that.
Harlem Heat gear, looking spectacular for his age. I wonder if y'all want him to take back those comments he made about Adam Cole. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, you know how we always start this show. We always started off with the hot stuff. We started off with AEW, right? Always fun to start it off with the fun. Now, AEW this past week, July 6th, coming off the 4th of July. I hope everybody's 4th of July was great. I hope it was. Mine was mellow and quiet. I haven't had a day off in a very long time, so I enjoyed every second of it.
I had a good time, man. They have this new firework that the guy up the block from my cousin had. It's sick. It sprays from like side to side like this. It just sprays like it's crazy. It's like a couple hundred shots just go from left to right, and then it just starts firing off shots to the right, left to the left. It's sick, dude.
Was it called Put It in Reverse, Terry? Man, because I saw a lot of people.
Terry, back up, Terry.
Come on, put it in reverse, Terry. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that guy. Poor Terry. Hope Terry's all right. Hope he's still living strong.
Oh, Terry's living his best life.
But man, oh man, you got the AEW interim world heavyweight champion in action, representing the Blackpool Combat Club, taking on the man that just got to put some pants on, as me and Chris always been telling him, Brody King. So that was the highlight of this episode of Dynamite. But Rochester, New York, folks, Rochester, they coming back around. As you guys know, Grand Slam tickets go on sale, I believe, this week, if I'm not mistaken, Friday at 12. I could be wrong. Or was it the next week at 12? All I know, tickets are about to go on sale within the end of this month. Folks, be sure to hop on, get your tickets. Grand Slam is going to be in September, right in off the Ash Stadium. It was there last time.
I want to go there again. I really don't. I really wasn't fucking with that stadium. It was very cramped.
Too tight.
They ran out of water.
Yeah, you ran out of water, glizzies. I don't know what else to tell you. But nonetheless, you got a TNT Championship street fight, guys. Street fight in the house. TNT title on the line. Champ Scorpio Scott taking on Wardlow. Now, folks, we talked about it for a very long time. When is Wardlow going to get his due? He is overdue. Do we see Wardlow going above and beyond to go after the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? He came out publicly and said, no, CM Punk is still my champ, so I'm not going to do that. Which I kind of felt that was a little odd.
They got to stop that.
It's kind of silly. Like, you're a competitor. Doesn't matter. I don't give a damn who you love. I don't care. Like, Jessica Hoffman, how are you doing? She goes, hey guys, I'm glad you had a rough day. You're making we appreciate it.
We appreciate you. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Nothing but positive vibes. You already know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And now Wardlow came out and said that, so I can only assume he's going to chase the mid-card title while CM Punk is out. So you have so much respect for a guy that I don't know how long you knew him. It just seems a little weird to me. Chris, you alluded to this before. Stop doing stuff like this, because as a competitor, that's your enemy. That's your competition. You can respect your competition, but you still want to kick your competition's ass.
Well, and as far as I'm concerned, Moxley's the champion. And the fact that the commentating tables forcing the word interim, and then Steven Regal actually corrected him and said, "No, he's the champion." How long is this dude out for? Have they said?
They were saying 6 months. Now they're saying 9 to 10 months.
So what the fuck? He's been out already a month. So what the fuck? You're gonna interim? I mean, stop it now. I understand he's a fanboy, but you have a champion. You have a guy that can carry the torch, and you have other guys that can compete for that title. And when CM Punk comes back, then do what you got to do with him. But as far as right now goes, Jon Moxley's a champion, and
Exactly.
Wardlow should be next in line at this point. Double or Nothing, right? That's coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That should be Wardlow.
I feel you, Chris. You know how I feel about my boy Wardlow. I did enjoy this match between him and Scorpio Sky. I felt that it was something that was much needed. It was long overdue. And as you guys all know, Wardlow picked up the W and he becomes your new TNT World Champion. Look, be upset about it, be happy about it. I was just excited to see the man carry a belt. I would like to see him carry the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. But I can't get what I want. I can't kick and scream and whine about it. I'll take what I'm given, and that's fine. I'll take my medicine. But I really hope they give him a good run, a long run, where he challenge multiple people. And I'm not talking about destroy everybody. I want to see him wrestle good matches against quality competition. That's what I want to see for Wardlow. What do you guys think?
Before we get into that, I just want to read this comment by Christopher Brown. Christopher Brown says, "Here's someone who says stay the fuck off of Twitter, also known as Y2 Jackass, for whining about fans calling out botches. Hello, then why the hell does Botchamania exist, you whiny son of a bitch?"
Jericho just found himself in a whole lot of hot water.
Jericho is saying a lot of reckless shit lately, but we'll get into that, Chris, in a little while. But first, back to Wardlow. Man, I'm happy to see Wardlow hold the title, man. I think it's long overdue. Guy looks good with some gold around his waist. We'll see if they change the TNT title again and give him his own look for it. Although I am really kind of digging that purple, yellow, and gold shit. That's just kind of fire.
Hey, look, you want a custom made title? I don't mind it. If as long as it's something that represents you well and doesn't look all funky and weird. But hey, make it look cool, make it stand out. It's a good merch item to sell to the public. Because hey, there might be a little kid Wardlow fan out there that would want that custom Wardlow title. I don't know how you make one, but hey, get a designer, get something cool, something that represents him. So look, that Smoking Skull belt. Come on, let's talk about the Smoking Skull belt for a quick second. That thing will live in infamy.
Yep.
That represented exactly who Stone Cold Steve Austin was.
That belt is still selling, man.
Still selling to this day. So
God,
it means something. And when you're gonna make custom belts like this for every wrestler, make it mean something, make it stand out. I'm all for it. Chris, what do you think about Wardlow as the TNT champion?
Listen, I think it's a great thing. I just, it's got to lead to something more.
Yeah.
Relatively soon.
Yeah.
With the absence of, to say it all the time, you're going to fall back on the past and nostalgia, or you're going to capitalize on what's hot right now.
Quick question. Who would you like to see challenge Wardlow in a really good competitive match that can give him a run and say, man, that was a damn good match for Wardlow to wrestle and really showcase his talent, but not like I said, squash. We don't need squash matches all the time.
I was just saying this the other day.
Chris, who do you think should be his first opponent to really go at him?
His first? That's a tough one.
It's kind of hard, right? I was thinking, I said Lance Archer, but I feel like every time Lance Archer gets a shot at the TNT Championship, he loses. So it's like...
That's honestly a tough one.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in the likes of maybe even going... I say run it back with Scorpio Sky one time. Doesn't have to be 3 or 4 times. Please don't do that. Well, run it back
You
one
could have
time.
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page run it with him. Run it with him one time.
Mhm.
I would like to see Miro and him go head to head. That would be a fun match. So there's a couple of people that I said, hey, if you didn't put the title on Miro, the
Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs, another option. And these are some guys that have really opened up their wings and started to soar in AEW. Warlow's one of them. Powerhouse Hobbs is starting to come around on me, man. He's starting to grow on me a little bit. He's talking more.
Or even Ricky Starks.
Ricky,
Yeah, he's rounding out.
he's rounding himself out. Ricky's another one. Talking more, doing what he's supposed to be doing. That FTW
Or
title,
Keith
though.
Lee. Two big men going at it.
Yeah, but you don't want it to be where it's always big men, big men.
Like I
You
don't
got
want
it. You know,
Swerve.
I'm not saying Keith Lee can't. You know,
Swerve
but you
would
just
be a
want
bad option.
you don't want his run to be I'm only wrestling big men.
Oh no.
Like you got to have the Ricky Starks in there. You got to have the dudes that could actually give you something against them.
I think Swerve can stretch him a little bit, like stretches,
Ooh, okay.
really test Wardlow's wrestling ability, and so he can showcase it more. A guy that
Jessica
can
said
sell.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy's another. That's another
He's
one.
hurt.
He is he hurt?
He's hurt.
Oh damn! I didn't really know. No wonder why I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's hurt. This is why there was a slight change in the program with Christian,
I got Christian in the turtleneck every week.
who's been fan, but he's been cutting some scathing promos.
It's been gold. I'm not gonna.
Listen, his heel work,
Crazy.
Great.
Christian's heel work is so much better than his good guy work. I mean, look what he's doing to Jungle Boy on his scathing promos, talking about his mother.
Chris, let me tell you something. I've been you know my hatred for Edge. I always felt that Christian just was better than him in a lot of ways. Heel work, yes.
Listen, Christian's much better cutting promos than Edge.
Oh, and when you watched him in TNA in those days as Christian Cage, and oh my God, it was fun. He was, and this is the thing he used to do. He did this a lot as a babyface and as a heel, but I love him more as a heel because I thought it was so great. So, like, he might be old, but if he's out there just cutting promos and chopping you up,
yeah,
I'll take that all day. See that some of the older guys can learn from this.
He chopped up Jungle Boy.
But he chopped him up bad. Now
2 promos in a row, he chopped him up.
He was talking about. He said,
and Matt Hardy.
When he brought up his dad,
telling his mother, tell your mom to give me a call.
Oh my God, Matt Hardy, when he did a Matt, Lord have mercy. So, look, there's some things that Christian Cage can get away with, and he goes, "They said, how about Wardlow versus Christian? Let's get it going." Another guy that can stretch Wardlow, can stretch him, really test his wrestling ability, showcase that talent that I know he has. But I just feel like the world doesn't believe it yet. I want people to believe in this guy as a legit champion. To me, he is. But I just feel like the wrestling world hasn't got behind him yet. Come on, get behind these guys. Get behind guys like him, who's willing to put the work in, start from the bottom up and grow it. Come on now. So, with that being said, let's move down the line here. We had the Butcher and the Blade versus the Limitless Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
Butcher and the Blade are enhancement talent at this point.
Yeah.
I watch the bunny on TikTok a lot. She talks about her travel with Blade, hanging out and whatnot. They're pretty much like just that's what you do over there now. You're
jobbing at this point.
I had high hopes for them. I thought they could have been a little bit more, make a little faction, make something cool out of it, but they didn't. It didn't go no further than what it was, and it's unfortunate. But hey, they're still working. That means something. If they're working hard. Then we lost Chris for a quick second. I'll get back. He's back. So, but yeah, there are enhancement talent. Keith Lee, Swerve, I like what they're doing here as a team, but
we all know where it's ending up.
Of course, we saw the stirrings of it during that battle royal. and now we're like it's starting to get circled back to that. So look, I love the fact that Starks and Hobbs called them out because now that's always in a back pocket situation that you can always turn back to. But here we go. What are we gonna do? You're gonna have to pull the trigger, and I think you have Starks and Hobbs win, which forces Swerve or keep just destroy Swerve because he's sick and tired of him. So that's kind of how that's gonna end. Really not much to talk about on that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you know who else can stretch out Wardlow?
Who?
Dax Harwood.
Yes. Give that man a single. Hey, look, they're tag team champs. Love the fact they called out the Briscoes. I love it. Come on, who wouldn't love to see that? I can watch the Briscoes any day of the week. So, who wouldn't love to see the Briscoes and FTL go at it? That's a fantastic match. But Dax Harwood can stretch him, man. He can stretch him. Powerful himself too.
Yeah,
he might not be look all powerful, but he's a powerful dude.
He can do it.
Arn was a powerful man. He doesn't look like a powerful man, but he's powerful. Man, oh man. Eddie Kingston.
Oh.
You with Tony Schiavone. Chris,
give me 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna hop off real quick because I gotta go reset my Wi-Fi. This shit's lagging like crazy.
You got it, brother. Now, Chris, we talked about this. And hold on, let me fix it for everybody. My bad. Sorry, guys. Whoop, whoop. We talked about this. Eddie Kingston, right? He tends to be all over the TV a little too much lately. And no disrespect to Eddie, but I'm just really sick and tired of seeing you, buddy. I just feel like you're always on my TV. I can't take it anymore. I'm damn, like, can you go away for a little while? Just for a little while. Please. But, people love him. The crowd reacts to him. I don't see what they see.
No.
On that plane of, he's great. Great at what? Great at what? What is he? Name me one thing he's great at. Comic relief?
Nothing.
What is he great at? I don't.
And we're still going after Jericho. Now we got Ruby Soho. What does she have to do with Eddie Kingston?
I don't know. They're weird. So we're going to put them together.
What does she have to do? I understand Ty Conti getting involved with Ruby Soho, but what does that have to do with Eddie Kingston?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
And we're still going to run it back with Chris Jericho.
Look.
How long has this been going on? When did they have their match?
Jericho and Kingston?
Yeah, which pay-per-view was that? When he wouldn't shake his hand.
That was the one before Forbidden Door.
The one before this one. So that was like 3 months now with dealing with this shit.
Was that Revolution? Damn, somebody correct me in the comment section.
What was the one prior to this one, which means this whole thing has been going on now for over 3 months.
Yes, and it's time to die. Okay.
You dragged the Blackpool Combat Club into it. Now you got Eddie back on his own, and you got Ruby Soho. So we're gonna have an intergender match. Yeah. Ty Conti, Chris Jericho, and Eddie Kingston, Ruby Soho. Come on.
I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here with you. I believe it. I'm here with you. Oh, man, it's back. But I'm here with you, Chris. I think that Eddie Kingston is gone. Of course, his cup have run over. Okay, your cup have run over, sir. There's no more. It's like he's at a buffet, and he's the fat guy that can't stop eating.
Yeah, or he's at happy hour, or he can drink for 2 hours, and he's staying for 4.
Like, dude, we know you're hungry, okay? But you can't be the Fat Boys and Crush Group and eat out the whole Sbarro's, brother.
But this is Tony Khan.
Are we talking about Eddie Kingston?
Yes.
Of course. You didn't even have to mention his fucking name. I already know who you were talking about.
Not head shaming anybody. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about weight. I'm just talking about the action of eating at all you can eat buffet.
Listen, I'll say it. You look like a fucking slob.
Spending a lot of time in catering.
You look like a slob. Leave your fucking singlet up. All right? Stop doing that. Listen, there is nothing about him that screams he should be on He's enhancement talent, maybe. Maybe.
Like every time we see him, his gut gets more gelatinous.
Gelatinous.
And listen, I'm sorry, but is it gelatinous or gelatin? That was a good one, Mark.
Damn, I learned the word gelatinous so damn long.
I just want to think.
And,
I was just like, I knew it was gonna make Rodney laugh. So I'm like,
Oh God,
and anything decent he's done, he's been carried by somebody else.
absolutely.
He can't do it now. What Ruby Soho is going to carry him now. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I've been saying it for weeks now. I love the turn of Ty Conti making her a heel.
mm-hmm.
I think she's much more interesting now as a heel than she was as a face. And then having her beat the crap out of her in the back last week was a good stepping stone for that. But
yeah,
you could have done that without involving Eddie Kingston because it has no connection.
Yeah.
Just Christopher Brown's comment first. He goes, "I need to see more from from Keith Lee in AEW before I consider pushing him. Right now, to me, he just seems to be coasting, drinking water while collecting a paycheck." That's a
I agree.
very good point, man. You hit that spot on. Let's go.
I agree. And talk about
Talk.
riding someone's coattail. He's benefiting from from Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, yeah.
Swerve's back must be killing him because he's carrying Keith Lee.
And Jessica Hoffman, and this is alluding to Eddie Kingston. She goes, "I think he likes to hear himself talk." It's very true. Very true. He's just out there all the time. It's just like that uncle just wanted to shut up. Like, let me give the eulogy at the funeral. No, we don't want you. We don't want you to talk at the funeral. Just please, Grandma just passed. Let her rest in peace. We don't need you up there talking. But he's that guy that always got to come out there with the microphone. That's him. He's the guy. That's what he is. So Mike goes, AEW sucks with the little smirky face, and he's out of street in AEW.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna send K Marvel the link.
And
that's a bold statement from Steinberg, knowing what he watches during the week.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Jessica Hoffman goes, my boyfriend had, my BF had, I said boyfriend, I'm not sure if a boyfriend could be best friend. He goes, my BF had congestive heart failure, and he has defib, is that AFib?
Hold on. He has, I can't read
it.
It's like off screen for
me.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator in his heart. He lost 85 pounds. Eddie needs to be careful with his health. I 100% agree. And you got to take care of your body, folks. It's prevalent that you take care of yourself. We got a lot of people jumping on that. As you know, Rodney got some business to attend to at 7 o'clock. So I got my buddy Andrew to come swoop in and take over for the man, the myth, the legend, Rodney Harris. So let's get K Marvel in here. How you doing, brother?
Surviving. What's good, Drew?
What's going on?
What's good, Mark, Chris?
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
I'm kind of.
I already know how that goes.
So just call it like it is. It's weird.
I am not a nugget.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is. It's weird.
It's weird. It made no sense with Ruby Soho, and all that means is we have to endure more Eddie Kingston.
Wait, I'm talking about the beef.
Yeah.
I'm jumping of Ruby.
I'm sick of the JAS versus Eddie Kingston feud.
I mean,
yeah, we were just saying that. It's been going on for how long now?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the Ruby connection because they have a long history before AEW. They're really, really close, actually. What's good, Mike? So I understand the dynamic. I think they need to just have a regular one-on-one match, to just finalize this feud to get it over with. But I mean, it is what it is. It's like to me, it's kind of like how a lot of people feel about Roman and Lesnar. But at the same point, like, yes, you can be sick of it, but at the same point, when have you seen a bad Roman Lesnar match? You know what I mean?
WrestleMania 35. No, not 35. Last WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that's totally
but that
different
was for different
stature
reasons,
between
too.
those two.
What's his
We're
name was
putting,
hurt.
we cannot put Eddie Kingston in the same
I know.
conversation as.
No.
No, I know what you're saying, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying too. I just mean it more so as in the annoyance of the
Yeah.
repetitive. At least with Eddie and Lesnar, this has really been a 10-year feud, which is crazy, or almost 10 years, something like that. You know what I mean? It's a long time. But Eddie and Chris, they need to have that one-on-one match.
They already did.
They're having it again in a barbed wire match.
Oh, great, fantastic!
Oh,
and here's another thing.
And
To K-Marvel's
JAS
point,
Yeah.
K-Marvel's point when he just, Eddie has a history with Ruby Soho. Who doesn't Eddie have a history with? Everybody there is his brother. I stop it now.
I mean,
Stop.
Eddie's been around for a long time. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of connections between everybody.
That's
Like,
everybody's. That's everybody's deal, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't
look,
make
that's
it-
what I'm saying. Like, I get the annoyance. I understand the annoyance. But what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is their storyline. It's sadly, it's gonna go on until, like, a lot of people outside of however many are actually like the feud for whatever reason, and it is what it is. But they're making money.
I said earlier, I'm not meaning to cut you off. I said earlier that people still keep cheering him every time he comes out there. Every time he touches the mic, he's the uncle at the funeral that gotta give a speech every time. Because no, we don't want you to talk. Uncle, just sit down. It's all right. Grandma died. Let her rest.
He's more like that uncle at the family reunion that gotta talk every fucking time.
Well,
that'll be me.
Take your uncle, take your other uncle, Chris Jericho, and both go. Take the Wizard.
Now they just fighting at the family
and get out of my backyard. Both.
Yeah, they're fighting with barbed wire ropes. They're fighting with a
Take your barbed wire, go down the block, go to the park, have at it, but get out of my yard.
The fact that they have to have Jericho Appreciation Society dangling above the ring the whole entire match.
Because they're doing a Shark Tank match? A Shark Cage match?
They're doing a one-on-one barbed wire match with JAS
Fighter Fest
hanging in a shark cage.
Wow,
who's hanging in the cage? JAS?
Yeah, Jericho.
Oh, great.
That's
so unnecessary.
That's extra for no reason.
Knowing
all sorts of bad.
Knowing Sammy Guevara will probably easily be able to slip through out of the shark cage because they're gonna make it.
What is he, Enzo? Like, listen.
Can we not compare him and Enzo?
Mike reiterated it's a barbed wire death match.
Whatever.
Go.
As long as we don't get those sparklers, I'm good.
Yeah, there's nothing exploding barbed wire.
That fake ass explosion.
You know what I say about the AEW death matches? You know what I say?
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
I am not a nugget.
That's what I say. So
it's another excuse to show color on TV.
Hey, look, getting color. See, come on, that's why I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't mind color. I've seen color my entire life on pro wrestling.
Sorry.
Can we get that one of those right now?
I grew up with color. Like,
not making it any better.
Like, so it's I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Moving down the line, okay.
What else? I'm late.
Oh no, we didn't go through the whole card yet, but there was some fun things to talk about. We had the Acclaim and the ass boys, or whatever they call themselves now. They look. I have to say this. I like the Acclaim. I really do. I think they're interesting. I like the way they come out to the ring. It's fun. It's energetic. It gets the
I like them too.
It gets the people going. But damn it, when the ass boys are with them, I just feel like come on, don't bring down the vibe, man. Can they come out? Can they come out separately though? I just want the Acclaim to have a moment, man.
Well, it's over now.
But that was my.
There's no more pairing. It's over.
Yo, Chris is hilarious.
So wow. He goes, AEW's logo should just be ejaculate at this point.
It'd be the
But
Batman logo with 2 fangs. That's crazy.
the Superman dead logo just dripping blood.
Just
Dripping blood.
that's about to be on the new tag title.
Like, but
We got wizards and shit now. And fucking
Right.
AEW.
Now we got vampires.
We got vampires. We gotta
Listen,
have
man.
Hornswoggle come out as a fucking goblin.
Catwolf is coming. I'm telling you.
look, we
Next we're
now.
gonna get a gargoyle.
So are we now
Tell
gonna
me,
get
bro.
the Acclaim taking on the Ass Boys?
Yes.
Yes.
I can only imagine these backstage segments and promos. How this is
It's
gonna
gonna be
turn out.
hilarious.
I can only imagine the rap.
Oh, I can't wait for Max Caster's to cut them up when he's coming to the ring this week.
But
I can't wait for that one.
I got my wish because I want to see them. I was like, I love the Acclaim. I like them. I like what they do. I have a lot of fun. I think they're very fun. And I was like, oh no, this is just corny. But now, as I gotten used to it and got to see them a little bit, you're like, man, this ain't so bad. These boys are pretty good.
It's
And-
funny.
Shout out to the Four Corners of Commentary theme song.
Yeah, they're like it's mad fun.
Yeah, we can't even use that anymore.
It's definitely funny.
Did you guys
Oh,
get
no.
copyrighted for that?
Yeah, they did the claim. So
Oh damn! You guys got
Fuck
copyrighted
no,
for it?
fuck.
But you see that shit on Twitter.
But that's still, but that's bullshit in a way, man. Like
Oh,
it's
no.
not really.
It is technically. It's the actual beat to the actual intro. Yeah.
What? You stole the intro, Kyle?
Yeah, the joint that Talaferro did for us with the puppet.
Uh-huh.
There's a copyright claim under, like, we don't have to take them down, we just won't get monetary for it. But yeah, so basically because it's AEW's, you know, that's the intro. They're calling us out on it. So I'm not even stressing it. Like, it will be there. If people want to see it, y'all can find it on Twitter. You know, and you know, I ain't stressing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to Talaferro because that shit was fire.
So it was really
It
good.
was great.
It was fire.
But
But it's going to be a good match. I mean, I think all 4 teams are going to have show out. I think
No,
a lot of people are sleeping on the Gun Club. Like, look at the lineage,
Yeah,
like their dad, their uncles. Like,
But I have zero issue with the guns at all. You know, I was like, I like seeing the young kids get some run. Yeah, backed by their father. Yeah, I've seen a lot of complaints of Billy being in the ring still, and you know, Billy keeps himself in tip-top shape, so he's not a slob walking around the ring.
Nope.
You know, but yeah, I would like to see the boys get some more shine, which they have. Did I like this pairing for a little bit? Nah, not too much. But was it fun for some people? Yes, it was.
No more
I
scissor
entrance
daddy hands.
was the part that bothered me because I felt like it was taking that Acclaim's moment away, man. So I like this. I can't wait to see it now separate, and now we get to have some fun. How does the Gun Club answer to a Matt Caster rap? How do you back like? Because do you try to rap at this point? Like, do you? What do
No.
you do? So,
well,
like,
I mean,
Yo, if
but
anything, you need it.
do you bring a road dog to rap for you?
wait. But you forget, Austin can actually spit. Austin can no. Austin can rap, like rap. Like, I was highly impressed on what I saw from him. Like, he released a single or something. Austin can spit so they can definitely go back and forth. And I think that would not to, like, for lack of a better term, steal the gimmick, but I think a rap battle between the two would be super dope on Dynamite, especially considering that a lot of people don't know that Austin can rap.
This is news to
I
me.
think I've only seen that one time on Sammy Guevara's vlog.
Yeah, that was one time, but I saw him do it. I've seen him do it a couple times. But no, that boy can spit.
So, all right, road dog, you can stay home. We don't need you to rap.
Yeah. You don't,
Which, speaking of Sammy Guevara's vlog, if you watch Sammy Guevara's vlog, I think he's starting to build up something for Kip Sabian through his vlog.
Yeah, last week's vlog, Kip was there with the paper bag and the suit, and it was kind of like 1 minute he was, 1 minute he was there, 1 minute he wasn't, type shit. But I mean, Kip's been wrestling on the indies. He's been, you know, actually, like, showing face. He has a new look going on, which I like. I'm digging it. I kind of hope he drops the whole super bad aspect of it and
He would
goes
be cool with a
the
dark role.
underrated. So
Bring back Penelope Ford, please.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Where the fuck is Penelope Ford at?
I'll tell you this: I don't want to see her with him. I get they're married or together or whatever the
They're
fuck.
married.
But I don't want to see that pairing not with him like this.
In a way, I do miss Penelope Ford. Seeing her on TV, paired with Ali and everything. Those two were actually good as a tag team in a way.
Yes, sir.
So
I'd rather see a Penelope Ford and Ali versus Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm match than a Marina Shafir and Nyla Rose tag.
well, all right. So we just gonna move on to all right. So since you bringing it up,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
That was the next.
Somebody said I brought up Penelope Ford, so I'd rather see.
Good segue. I'm trying to give you credit, Andrew.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this was the next match.
Literally on the list. But no, since you brought it up, we talk about it all the time. We talk about women getting the opportunity, and the AEW, we wanted to see it get mixed up. We wanted to see them add a little bit more flavor, and they've added. I have to say, they've done exactly that. We're not getting the same women all the time. All of a sudden, we're starting to get a little bit of a mix, which is great. I think it's great. Now, Nyla Rose, I have no issue with Nyla Rose at all. What I said was, I would like to see her in a little bit more of a role, not just dominating everybody, just taking some licks, and then all of a sudden it started to happen, and you start to see her like, hey man, she's good, but you have girls that you're building, ladies that you're building, that are bigger than Nyla Rose as far as star power, and you were building her up so big to the point where I don't want her to outshine a Jade. I don't want her to outshine somebody to that elk. So here we are, Thunder Rosa, AEW Women's Champion, and Tony Storm taking on Nyla Rose and Maria Shafir. Now, I felt some kind of way about Maria Shafir getting the title shot a couple of weeks ago. I felt some kind of way about it, and then I said, no, they're trying to put something new out there. So okay, let's analyze Maria Shafir for a quick second. Is Maria Shafir, has she done enough on the resume to really stand on the same token as Thunder Rosa? Not really. But how do you build a star? Right? You got to put them up against stars to see if they can hang.
Yep.
But Maria has, the more you go out there, the more you're going to have to learn how to hang. When you're paired up with a Nyla Rose, that's a big help, because Nyla Rose is not a bad wrestler. And going up there with Tony Storm, which I felt like it's like Tony got dumbed down since coming to AEW a little bit. And the Thunder Rosa, the rumors swirling about sandbag matches. She don't want to work with nobody. It's hard to work with. She's out here trying to prove herself to everybody all of a sudden, but she doesn't have to. Your resume speaks for itself, man.
How come all that shit came up when she got the belt? You didn't hear none of that for years.
I only heard a curmudgeon of it one time about her sandbagging a match. As far as being hard to work with, yeah. Ivelisse was another one that had some things to say about her as far as sandbagging matches and not really caring. So it does happen, but it wasn't. She's hard to work with. But it just started to swirl once it happened to Maria Shafir. But guys, remember, Maria Shafir was a speck on the wall. No disrespect, but you are nobody before you got.
But why is Steven Regal applauded for stretching out Goldberg? We just talked about guys who could stretch out Wardlow, but Thunder Rosa does it, and she's evil. Yeah. She's worse. Why? Like you just said, Marina Shafir, did she actually deserve her spot? So if Thunder Rosa stretched her out a little bit, right? What's the problem?
And I think it was more on the lines of she was trying to make her look bad, which I don't think that was the case. I thought that maybe the chemistry was off. Maybe they should have walked through that match a little bit more. Yeah.
The chemistry was off because Marina Shafir is not a good wrestler.
And rightfully so. Like I said, I'm willing to give her a chance to grow and get better, but the only way she's going to get better is she has to go in there with quality talent.
She's been doing this for a long time now.
She has.
And if you haven't seen any growth now, and it's not happening.
Which is, yes, Chris make a valiant point, man. But you in there among some of the top women wrestlers in the world.
Yep.
Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Nyla Rose. You
Britt
should
Baker.
be able to hang. If you can't hang with these three, I don't know if you can hang. Okay, but I don't know how you make this even easier. They put a beast on your squad with you. It's not like you had the smallest woman in the bunch. You didn't have Rio out there with you.
You had to go with Rio.
She can't hang with Penelope Ford. She can't hang with the Bunny. She's just not a good wrestler. We've seen this before.
And I'm like, as where it sits right now, she's not that good. Can she get better? I'm gonna keep faith. You know, I'm a faithful person. I'm gonna keep my faith that she can get better.
Dude, she's like 35 years old.
Like, I gotta say this: if she's sitting at home with Roderick Strong, your wife is on another. I get it. Your wife is on the rival platform, but at least try to help her fucking get better in a way.
Who's saying he's not? But sometimes you just are what you are. She's like watching paint dry. She got no personality, and she's not a good wrestler.
You can dye your hair. A tiger can change his stripes, but sometimes.
But my point is, like, everyone's gonna blame Thunder Rosa, the veteran, instead of blaming the one. This is because everyone needs a participation trophy. Let's feel bad for Marina Shafir because she really can't hang, and let's blame Thunder Rosa. So let's blame the good team in Little League for scoring 10 runs, and not blame the fact that the kids on the other team can't play. That's what this is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna hold out hope.
I'm not. It's over.
Hold out hope for her. I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner, Maria. Come on.
She's 35, Rodney. It's over.
Doesn't have to do anything.
If you haven't gotten it at this point in your career, she's been around for a while. You're not getting it. It's not like she's 21.
DDP was 36 before his
38. DDP had it. I'm saying if you don't have it by this time, it's like, come on, man. If you're hanging around the minor leagues at 35 years old, you don't have it to go to the majors.
Like it's a tough. That's a tough one. Man, I hope she bounces.
I don't.
Strong.
Want her off the TV.
Damn, bro.
She adds nothing. Come on. What is it? She adds nothing.
The only time I felt like Marina Shafir was subtype relevant was when she showed up with Ronda Rousey in WWE, and that was the only time I ever found her relevant. When she was in NXT wrestling with Jessica Menduke, that was so horrible.
Girl, yo, he used to love her ears.
They were terrible.
They were.
Each one worse than the other in NXT.
Only two people in that four
pretty good for us.
Listen, Marina Shafir is getting too much airtime.
But Shayna, you look at all four of those women, and you said Tony, Shayna, and Ronda would have turned out to be where they are right now. I was like, you know what? That makes sense. But I'm holding out. I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm gonna hold out hope for her. I really hope it works. But man,
you'll be holding that for a long time.
I feel like the biggest pain is or the biggest miss, and it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just because of a plague of injuries on both sides. Would have been the four horsewomen match. Like that was. I feel like at one point they couldn't, because whenever they tried to, somebody got hurt.
Yeah, but two of them wouldn't have been able to hang.
The Marina
Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir would not have. I mean, you can't put them in the ring with the other four.
No,
they don't deserve it.
Jessamine Duke would have been better than Marina Shafir, in my opinion. But I also think that with the people involved, it wouldn't have mattered if they were necessarily great at their job or good at their job, because you had the other women to carry the match. You know what I mean? Like, they would have made them look good, in my opinion.
I think that to your point, Kate, I think most of what Maria and Jessamine could have done was a lot of brawling.
Yeah.
So it would have been able to hide. It's like hiding a bad basketball player on defense, knowing that he doesn't play defense very well, but he's a great scorer. So we can disguise you by putting you in a brawl every 2 seconds. Like, you can play the heel antics but get your ass kicked when you're in the ring.
But didn't they do a War Games? And they were
No.
atrocious.
No,
Nah,
Mhm.
it was only Shayna Baszler was the only one that ever.
Jessamine Duke
participated.
wasn't in that.
Nope.
They had
No.
they had a couple of tag matches. Jessamine had a couple of singles matches, and then I think there might have been one match with the three of them because Ronda wasn't there, or Ronda something. Maybe she wasn't there yet, but I think there was maybe a match with the three of them.
Look it up, Andrew.
I'm looking up right now for you, buddy.
Well, I know there was a point where they did a run in one time. I think I know what Chris is alluding to, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, what a moment! And it's like, oh man, that moment went fast.
Yeah, they should have pulled the trigger with the three of them back then, and it would have worked. Like I feel like on all accounts of most of American wrestling.
Okay, 2019 was Team Ripley versus Team Baszler. Baszler had none of the four horsewomen on her team. 2020,
yeah, Io and Bianca.
It was on Team Ripley. Was Team Baszler was Baszler, Bianca, Io, and Kaylee Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Ripley had Ripley, LeRae, Knox, and Kai.
Yep, because that's when Kai turned on Knox.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. In 2020 was the pandemic. Was Team Candice versus Team Shotzi. None of the four horsewomen are in that match.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there wasn't much of anything with them.
That body of work was not there, and they had the time. You had opportunities, but it was hard to structure. Like he said, injuries, title situation, story, story. Some women are engaged in championship runs, and first of all, Charlotte. It's hard. It was hard to get Charlotte in anything because every other time we turn around, she's in the main title picture, getting the title run, because at the time we were shuffling Team Bad around, or we were shuffling this. So it was a lot of moving parts. If they really wanted to pull the trigger for WrestleMania, I think they could have made it work.
No way. Don't you're gonna tell me? Listen, we got to move on from these two. But you're gonna tell me that Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir should have been on a WrestleMania stage?
Hold on, Chris. But listen to the star power behind it.
Doesn't matter. They're not stars.
Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Sasha Banks.
Those two aren't stars.
Star power. Those stars overload those two.
Doesn't matter. They don't deserve to be. What did they ever do to get them to that stage?
It's just the namesake of four horsewomen.
They didn't got.
That's
another thing. If you're gonna run around calling yourself the four horsewomen, you better back that shit up.
That is true. That's what me and you are going to agree. But
they would call themselves the four horsewomen of MMA.
Exactly, not wrestling. So it had nothing to do with wrestling.
Oh, sorry.
So going down the line here, we have the ROH World Tag Team Champs, FTR, Crashwell, and Dax Harwood challenging the Briscoes to a rematch at Death Before Dishonor.
That's going to be dope.
Yo, I'm sorry.
I'm excited.
I'm sorry. I'm not interested in a Ring of Honor pay-per-view until they have a fucking actual TV taping, not a pay-per-view. I need to see some type of build, not on AEW. I'm sorry.
Well, how do we? Well, hold on.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. So you want them to build something on a TV show that they don't have yet, but this is all they have.
But this is all they have. But they're just this is all they have. But they couldn't. They should have honestly had little. They could have, like we said, get rid of Dark, tape ROH episodes before AEW. Instead of giving us Dark and Dark Elevation matches, they tape Ring of Honor shows so we could see the build firsthand instead of just throwing a pay-per-view out in right field saying, oh, we're going to have this. So you're going to see the Briscoes come on AEW? No, because TNT or Turner doesn't like the Briscoes.
So any word on when we're going to be getting?
No, AEW is on TBS, my boy.
I know, but that's Turner.
Turner. Turner doesn't want the Briscoes anywhere involved with their brand, which is sad.
So if they're going to need to figure something out with Ring of Honor because they have not yet announced any dates of.
There's always YouTube.
I know YouTube, but you really want
Is that
to
a
have
true
Ring of
fact?
Honor
They
on
don't want
YouTube?
anything to do with the Briscoes?
Say that again?
Is that a true fact that they don't want to have anything to do with the Briscoes?
That's why they couldn't. That's why they wouldn't sign them.
And what's the issue with the Briscoes?
They just don't like. I think they don't appeal to the company. Like they want a company.
But Eddie Kingston does?
Listen,
It's the same shit.
Chris, I said this when
only these dudes can wrestle.
Chris, I said it when it got reported on the show. That this was the silliest, probably the most mind-boggling thing I've ever heard. So you're gonna take one of the most talented tag teams of all time, one of the most talented tag teams of all time.
Yep.
Not sign them because of work to do it. I don't know. Like, yo, take your stuff and shove it. I'll find a new network to go on. I'm gonna sign who I want. That's one of the top tag teams of all time. I mentioned my favorite my second favorite tag team of all time. Legion of Doom always had.
I mean, did they do something that I'm not aware of?
It's probably, and I understand with the correlation with Eddie Kingston, but they're, for a lack of a better term, they're just too raw. Like,
are they for you? I'm sorry to use that term, but is it? Maybe it's what is it? Because you're based in Georgia, down south. Like they come from down south too. It's not like they come on.
Where they from? Tennessee, right?
Yeah, that's the south.
Or Kentucky.
Or is it?
Tennessee. I think they're Kentucky.
It's Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook. I got you. Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook or Sandy Creek?
Well, that's just stupid.
They're from Delaware.
Delaware, right. They are
the Briscoes are in Laurel, Delaware.
Right.
Okay.
They're super close. That's right.
Sort of south. They embrace the south.
I don't know, man.
It's like a weird situation with them because who honestly, if they really needed to change brands, they could go to Paramount and get themselves a deal with Paramount Plus instead of HBO Max, because there's so many shows that you go on Paramount Plus anyway.
You might be on something over here.
I
totally forgot about that.
Because you got Viacom, you got CBS, you could go on anything if they need to.
Yeah, Angel makes a very good point. I never really thought about that.
Honestly, when you really look at it outside of Disney, you can jump on any platform. I mean,
call Viacom. Call them up.
Yeah.
As well.
Call a Viacom. At this point, you got all these streaming services.
That's the same thing with
VH1, MTV, CMT. They got CBS. You also got, on top of that, you got BET. There's so much they own. There's too much to go.
They own Nickelodeon.
Yeah, can we not put it on BET? I'm okay with that. In the words of the Boondocks, Black television.
Tyler Perry is full on demand.
I'm good.
That's his network now.
I'm good. Did y'all hear about and I think Chris just brought it up too about Khan open to do a pay-per-view with the WWE.
And did
Vince would have to go. Like, I think I was talking about it with the guys, and I was saying, Stephanie would probably be way more into it than Vince would.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H would be more way into it because he'd be able to see his stars that he built.
Yeah, but see that right there is where the problem lies. Who's going over? Like, I know we said the same thing with Forbidden Door, but we just so happen to see that a lot of the AEW talent went over. So there's no way in hell. Number one, it's going to have to be 50-50. Like, there's no way one brand is going to have to go over the next brand. Number two, you do champion versus champion. hypothetically speaking, let's say you have Moxley as world champion, and you have Reigns still as undisputed champion. Number one, we've already seen that match, and we already know that they would put on a hell of a show. Number two, how are you going to decide who goes over? You have a man who has had a title for over 2 years now, comparably to a man who has reinvented himself not only mentally but physically, and spiritually and all that other shit. You know, and don't get me wrong, Reigns, you know, fought leukemia and did all of that, and I'm not discrediting that by any means either. But you have two men who you can probably say is on the two best runs of their careers. And like, how do you not have that without interference from someone?
Yeah, I would think that
How
match.
would Rollins not
Seth
jump into
has
that?
Seth has to interfere in that.
Yeah, he has to. It just makes
It's
sense.
mandatory. It's mandatory.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it only makes sense. But that's the selling point right there. Okay? You
Yep.
just sold
And
it
also,
to a bunch of people on both sides.
Yep.
Because who wouldn't want to see that reuniting of the Shield?
One of the greatest factions of all
which is
time.
And
Oh, I got it.
but against each other. And that's not Dean Ambrose. That's effing John Moxley on
Yep.
the other side.
Different
So, Roman,
person.
you might have to blade this match, Roman. You just might have to get a little color. You know?
you got the Usos taking on the Bucks.
That's
Nah.
fun.
No, I'm gonna need the Usos versus
What if-
FTR. Now the
Yeah,
dream,
FTR.
the dream matches with the Bucks, but you save that for the next. But if there's ever a next, you save that for the next one, and you make that your main event. Period. No questions asked. Because that is what is going to put seats in ashes. You do FTR versus Usos. Everybody coming out with all of their titles, epic as hell. You do something like they already said. Well, you know, too bad Sasha. They have this whole situation with Sasha because Sasha and Thunder Rosa would have been a great match. You got Jade and Bianca. You know that has to be the match. You know what I mean? There's just so many that we could all just sit here and fantasy book about.
Matchup,
yeah.
please. Matchup.
Hey, Rodney, before you go,
Mhm.
I've been meaning to tell you something.
Yeah.
Remember when I said that Finn Balor joining was cool, right? Well, that was up until I saw him dressed like the Gimp from fucking Pulp Fiction last week. Then it just the cool just went straight away. And not only was he dressed like the Gimp, what the fuck was that? What was in his pocket? Was that like, you know, Damian Priest hold my pocket? Was that what he's trying to do?
Don't know, but seeing Finn Balor
I mean,
away pants.
I was embarrassed. I was watching and I was embarrassed. I'm like, oh, I got to eat some shit on the show because I was waxing poetic how cool this was a couple weeks ago. And then he comes dressed like the Gimp, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? And then I saw the purple handkerchief coming out of his pocket. I'm like, the guy's going to kill me, and rightly so. Nothing cool about it anymore. I had to come clean.
Yeah.
You know me. I'll admit it wrong. I will admit it wrong.
I will give you your crow on Thursday, but I will leave you guys saying this. I want you guys to jump in to the Brody King versus Moxley matchup before I slide off here. And hello, hi, how you doing?
My daughter Isabella.
Hey,
Hello, Isabella.
That's Chris, Mark, and Andrew, and you've seen Rod before.
That's his twin, guys. That's his twin.
My twin. Yeah. Except for right here. That's all her mama. Right there. Go ahead. Go.
so yeah, kill me Thursday, but that was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Killing you Thursday? I ain't killing you on Thursday.
Bring out the Gimp.
Andrew, you have the reins, sir. This is now your.
So,
I can't wait to watch that.
so we had
Just for a heads up too, because I got a dip too. Thursday we're actually doing a double header. We're going to be on Maddie's show on Top Rope Squishy, and she's also going to jump on ours right after. So if y'all can double screen your phones, watch BTB and watch Top Rope Squishy, and then you just need one big ass screen to watch 4 quarters of commentary. You feel me?
There you go.
with a possible special feature from your boy.
Non-stop wrestling content.
You already know.
Wrestling content. We're gonna start a new group. All right, yeah, I'm gonna sign off.
Barricade the 4 corners.
Guys, thank you, Andrew. Hold down the fort.
Later, y'all.
See you, Rodney.
see you, Rodney. So,
Bye, guys.
main event.
Okay.
See you, Kyle.
We had the AEW Interim Championship match between Mr. Jon Moxley and Brody King. How do you guys feel about this match? And do you think it should have happened, or do you think it didn't really need to happen?
I don't think
I
it
got no
needed to
problem.
happen. Personally, I'm gonna be really honest. I don't think it needed to happen. I think it should have been Malachi Black instead.
Yeah, you get the leader of House of Black taking on
Brody
Moxley.
King, I think, should have went, more mid card title shot type stuff.
Speaking of Brody King, did you see the video of Brody King and Darby Allin?
I did not.
There was a video a fan posted that Brody King at an autograph session attacked Darby Allin, put him in that sleeper hold, and then power bombed him through a table.
Yeah, well, apparently Darby Allin tried to shake his hand or something after the match, after the
Yeah.
TV, after the feed went off, and then he attacked him or some shit like that.
Yeah, so we're getting a Brody King. We're getting a House of Black versus Sting and Darby Allin somewhere down the line.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
But Jon Moxley goes over Brody King, and
They got to stop calling it the interim title.
yeah, I think also apparently Punk's injury is worse than it seems. By the way,
Yeah.
so the summer of Punk is basically over.
Yeah.
And
Listen, go ahead. They
No,
got other
listen,
guys. They can
I
push
know.
other guys.
so I think it's time where they just say and drop the interim name him the undisputed AEW champ. It's time. You can have more matches to determine who's going to face Moxley
Mm-hmm.
in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Because is All Out coming soon?
All Out. So it's gonna be Fighter Fest is coming up first.
Yeah,
But
Wednesday.
that's just gonna be a super show.
Yeah.
There's always a super show, and then Double or Nothing, and then I think is Double or Nothing first, or
I think All Out's first because is it September
no?
4th?
I thought Double or Nothing is the actual first pay per view of the year. So I think it's All Out after Fighter Fest.
Really, Christopher Brown heard that MTV's connected with AEW.
Woo!
Really?
Oh yeah, Double or Nothing happened already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, All Out is the next one. That's
Yeah,
the next
All
one.
Out's the next one after Fighter Fest. I
Yeah,
believe.
All Out is the next pay-per-view, I think. And then Revolution.
They did Full Gear already, right?
I'm looking that up right now for you. Full Gear happened. Didn't happen yet. That happens in November.
Okay, so is Full Gear before All Out?
No, Full Gear's after All Out.
Yeah, it's All Out is happening Sunday, September 4th.
Okay.
So that'll be the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. So we got from now.
Watch
Which
Party
is
at Roddy's house.
So we've got from July to September to build somebody to face Jon Moxley at All Out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping maybe it will be the time Malachi Black will be the number one contender at the time.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have the House of Black taking on like Brody King and Buddy Matthews. Is that his name, Buddy Matthews?
Buddy Matthews.
Versus Sting and Darby Allin at that pay-per-view. And like it's time instead of the interim stuff. Also, do you hear about Bryan Danielson?
What?
No.
His injury is worse, it seems, as well, too.
What was the injury?
It seems more concussion again. And this one is going to take a lot longer for him to be cleared because of his past concussions and stuff.
Damn. That sucks.
Also, Tony Khan said that Forbidden Door will always happen in the United States because it's AEW's baby. So I wanted to pick your brain a little bit and say, do you think that kind of cuts ties with AEW sending people over to Japan for Wrestle Kingdom?
No,
No, not necessarily. I
that's
mean,
their thing. So
you
if they're
have
coming for his thing, I'm sure he's going to send them over for their thing.
because you have wrestlers that are still contracted with NJPW,
Yeah,
so they have every right to be there.
Okay.
and I don't think New Japan would have Wrestle Kingdom here for Tony Khan, right?
Yeah. No. But do you see if when Wrestle Kingdom happens next year, do you see all New Japan guys going over AEW guys? Like
I would
Gito,
have to think so.
like Gito books everything where New Japan goes over AEW, except for one maybe AEW guy goes over.
I
New
would have
Japan.
to.
That would be
I would
kind
have
of
to think that's
corny.
the agreement on your home turf.
That would be
Yeah.
cool, but at the same time, it'd be kind of corny to just have. Okay, so every time they come to America, we're gonna have AEW guys go over on them, but every time they're in Japan, we're gonna have Japan guys go over on them. Like it's kind of corny. You gotta kind of like mix it, you know. Do maybe like a yeah.
Listen,
Maybe
the
like
hometown fans are going to want what the
like
the
a
hometown.
20-30 split.
Yeah. But moving on to NXT 2.0's Great American Bash.
Oh, how about Great American Ass?
It can't be as bad as well, and we'll get into that Thursday, but it's definitely not as bad as fucking SmackDown was this week.
Yes,
I
SmackDown.
got a whole
Even though
shit ton of hot
but
takes.
it's
for
crazy,
Thursday.
SmackDown still dragged in 2.2 million viewers for shit.
Fucking how?
I don't know.
How? SmackDown was pure fucking ass on Friday. The shit lacked so much creative directive on Friday. It was unreal.
Yeah,
It was all over the place.
they had a better show last week, not like the following week than this
Raw
week.
was fucking good this week.
Yeah, Raw was a lot better, even though Finn Balor's pants situation, where he's
That's
in
it.
pants.
That's it.
What about his armbands, his arm sleeves?
It's very weird.
Like a fucking
Yeah,
chip
and the bandana.
pizza.
But
Didn't Sonya Deville wear a bandana in her pocket when she first changed her look?
yeah, because
Yeah.
I think it was
Finn
like
Balor borrowed it.
I think hers was like rainbow though because she.
But
she's-
she
because
wore different. Yeah, she had a bandana. That's the point.
So the start of the night, we had the NXT Women's Tag Team titles on the line. We had Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez taking on Toxic Attractions, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane, which was won by Roxanne and Cora Jade, making them the new
That was a pretty good
NXT
match.
Women's Tag Team Champions.
They
How
were
you guys
hell bent
feel?
on giving Cora Jade a title. Hell bent. And that's what happened here.
I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you're not going to bring Toxic Attraction up, I don't know what you're doing.
I think this is slowly. I think this is the time where they're slowly going to bring her up. I think because what's
The
going
whole
on
group's
with
got to go.
what's
Andrew.
going on what's going on with Sonya Deville and management and stuff. It's kind of it's starting to think. I'm like starting to think that Sonya Deville is gonna bring up Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane up for as a backup for her in a way because Mandy and Sonya are friends in real life and everything, so they can be like, yeah, you
might be onto something.
Management's treating me wrong, so guess what? I've got a backup, and it's Toxic Attraction.
Well, it's time.
They'll be on
Yeah.
Smack. Hopefully, they'll be on SmackDown.
That'd be a good long-term storytelling.
What the heck is that?
Was Chris? Was that your phone?
Don't know.
Maybe. Oh, it's not me.
Okay. The next segment we had Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo are backstage with Elektra Lopez, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, and they.
That's fucking annoying. I
I
don't know
know.
what that is.
And they apparently injured Santos Escobar, and Tony said, if you guys don't like compromise with us, you guys will be the same way.
Yeah.
I like this. I think this is going to turn into the War Games match this year. I think we're going to have.
I could see that. Yeah.
You're going to stretch that all the way to November?
That's a long fucking time to stretch that
That's
story.
a long time. It's been going on for almost 2 months now.
Their next NXT, I think, has their next special, which is coming in August. So they can move War Games up to August in a way.
If you do it in August, that's fine, but you can't wait till November.
Yeah, because I think if the way they're doing it right now with the whole Saturday pay-per-view, the big pay-per-views happening on Saturday, like SummerSlam's happening on July 30th, which is Saturday, they don't have that takeover feel coming. Like, they don't have that takeover feel. So they could bring takeover War Games to August in a way. And leave it in the summer instead of by Survivor Series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we had Wesley taking on Trick Williams, which was won by Trick Williams rubbing alcohol in his hands to blind Wesley. And then Trick Williams hits his finisher on Wesley, covers him 1, 2, 3. How did you guys feel about this?
That match was stupid.
Wesley needs a partner.
Yes.
Yeah, Wesley ain't shit without a partner.
I wish Nash Carter was able to come back.
I do too.
Because then you can easily get MSK back, and you could do MSK versus Carmella Hayes and Trick Williams down the line somewhere. Because it's like, honestly, I understand Nash Carter got fired because of a picture. But with everything that's going on in the WWE right now, I think it's time for that he put out a public apology and saying that I took that picture 5 years ago, sent it to my then wife or girlfriend, and she decided to put it out there. And I know public apologies mean a lot than not saying anything, but I think it's time to bring Nash Carter back. Because Nash Carter is striving in the Indies right now.
Does anyone really care about the picture? I mean, honestly, with WWE, that's where they draw the line. Because I mean, Jesus Christ. That's where they draw the line. We got to get rid of you. With all the shit that they've done, all the offensive stuff, that's where they draw the line.
It's stupid. I find it really dumb, and the fact that you could get fired from a picture or false accusations and everything, like Velveteen Dream, he was never proven guilty. Everything was all false accusations, and he's still not fucking being signed anywhere. Right now, it would be a great time for fucking Velveteen Dream to fucking come back to NXT. I know would be a crazy situation. He can hang with all the people right now in NXT 2.0. He could
put him up against Carmelo Hayes.
Yep. He goes. Chris Brett says, "Hell no, I don't want toxic attraction saddled with something that's going to drag them down. Let them to go to Raw on their own merits."
I agree. They don't need Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a cool story. But they don't necessarily need her.
So, after this match, then moving on back from break, we got Wendy Chu taking on Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany Stratton won, hitting her corkscrew Vader bomb in the corner.
I didn't like that match at all.
I don't see chemistry between these two at all.
I don't see anything for Tiffany Stratton. I can't stand Tiffany Stratton.
Me neither.
I don't think she's got it at all. And the fact that she went over Wendy Chu in that match pissed me the fuck off because I had Wendy Chu win in that match.
I had Wendy Chu also. Like when they do those little Instagram polls,
Yeah,
polls before
yeah. Mhm.
everything, I voted for
I
Wendy
voted
Chu.
Wendy Chu, and everybody voted for Wendy Chu, and the fact that Tiffany Stratton went over on her was very upsetting.
Like I think there's 18% of people that voted for Tiffany Stratton, and
We got
82%.
Stratton can't wrestle. She's another one.
I just don't see it. I don't see it in her personality. No, it's just not there for me. She don't do it for me.
She's the original Mandy Rose 2.0.
Yes.
Only she doesn't have the swag that Mandy Rose had.
Troy said, yeah, Stratton had some interesting moves, but not interested in the character at all.
She reminds me of a character in Mean Girls that looks like will be a bitch to
Well,
everybody.
that's what she's trying to do, but
I don't see her being called up ever. I think she'll be stuck down
don't
in
say that.
NXT.
Don't say that.
She lacks creative
She's right in Vince's wheelhouse. Don't say that. You really think Vince is not going to call up another blonde?
Oh, that's true.
That's facts. Wendy Chu is the shit.
Wendy Chu is Love, absolute favorite woman on NXT. Girl fucking can rock a onesie, brings a fucking pillow to the ring, hits a fucking fly,
her ass off, man.
Does a flying sleeping elbow to somebody. That's over as fuck for me. It's like the fact that you can play your character so great with everything. It's like a fucking little kid. Wendy Chu remind me of like a little kid that's on sugar. She's hyper and everything.
It's not only the fact of that. It's for me. It's the fact that she went from literally playing the darkest character on NXT to being put in a fucking onesie in a onesie and drinking fucking orange soda till she passes out and still playing the character so well.
Yep.
Like this is her. Like this is her personality.
Yo, she's one of the people that I would love to see out in public, and if she continues her little character out in like the streets and stuff, it'd be like
she has a very bubbly personality in real life.
She seems like a great person that would, if she meets her fans, she would probably like take the time to have a conversation and stuff.
Oh yeah. Dude,
and then Troy Smith says Vince loves blondes. Gonna pair Stratton with Carmella. And then Troy Smith said, I love that she has hints of her old character too.
Yeah.
And then after the match was over, Mackenzie Mitchell was backstage with the new NXT Women's Tag Team champions, where Roxanne Perez said she's going to cash in her women's breakout winning on Mandy Rose.
Is that
next
a thing?
Week. Yes, so it's going to be Roxanne Perez versus Mandy Rose this week on
No,
NXT
is that a thing that they've had that they can cash that in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carmella Hayes cashed it in on the NXT.
It's like their equivalent
champion
of the Money in the Bank.
But they can't cash it in after a match. They have to cash it in for said match for the next week. So we're getting Roxanne Perez taking on Mandy Rose this Tuesday on NXT 2.0.
Well, if Mandy Rose loses, then that's got to be a foregone conclusion that they're coming up.
Yes. NXT champion Braun Breaker's backstage. Cameron Grimes enters ask Breaker how his shoulder is. Braun says it's fine. So we got that match coming up later. Apollo Crews came out and says he's going to be watching the NXT title match. So hopefully he's had his eyes set on the NXT championship. Moving on, we had Grayson Waller taking on Carmella Hayes for NXT North American Championship, which was won by Carmella Hayes, pinning Grayson Waller. How do you guys feel about this match?
I don't. Grayson Waller should not be getting title match.
Yeah. The reason why he was in a way in this match because he tricked Carmelo Hayes into this match by having him sign the contract for the Great American Bash, but I don't like seeing Grayson Waller after the whole bullshit with the whole Johnny Gargano thing, re-attack Johnny Gargano after the Pharrell and shit. I'm just
How
so
about just the
pissed.
fact that he's dog shit? How's that? You know, the fact that he's dog shit should be enough.
Guy that fucking wears boxing fucking clothes to the
Terrible.
ring. Looking like fucking, who was his name back in the fucking day? He was married to Sable.
Mark Merrow?
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of a F grade Mark Melrose.
Johnny B. Bad?
Yeah.
And I don't like Grayson Waller's finisher either. I
Either.
hate his finisher.
Dude, he sucks from head to toe. So there's nothing more to say about
Because
Grayson Waller.
there's just so many ways to counter that finisher. It's unreal.
Yep. Moving on to the next match of Great American Bash, we had Diamond Mine taking on Diamond Mine. We had Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp taking on the Creed Brothers for NXT Tag Team Champions, which was won by the Creed Brothers. The Creed Brothers, man, every fucking week impress me with their strength and stuff.
Yeah, they just got to lose the fucking singlets. That's it.
Yes. 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
dude, and those singlets they had on last week were terrible with all those little diamond mines on it.
Yep.
It was awful.
2 weeks ago with the whole standing up suplex where he basically caught the person while he was on his back, caught him, stood up while still holding on to the guy, suplexing him. That's impressive. The Creed Brothers winning.
They're impressive.
Yes. And hopefully one day they'll be called up because I could see those matches against the Street Profits, Usos, maybe Alpha Academy.
No, don't be surprised if the Street Profits aren't a thing much longer.
Yeah, because the whole
Montez Ford is going to be a single star. You
yes.
could see it.
Then now the final match of the night, Braun Breaker taking on Cameron Grimes for the NXT Championship, which was won by Braun Breaker, successfully defending his title in a so great match.
It was a pretty short match.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about this match?
It was alright.
You just got to figure out Cameron Grimes, you had him as a face, he was succeeding, and now you're going back to something that he wasn't that good at. You know what I'm saying? Like, the crowd really got behind him when he started doing the shit with $1 Million Man, right? And now so that's the only thing I say. Like, he doesn't fit as a heel. He's not a good heel.
Yeah, no. It's like weird because like I was expecting them to just do a face versus face match where you can have both faces.
Yeah.
And be like not have him go to a dark place in a way.
Exactly.
How do you feel about Cameron Grimes' character, Mark, right now?
I don't think the heel character suits him very well. Because Cameron Grimes in NXT always had a very bubbly personality. He was very outgoing. And I don't think the heel is really working for him too much. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a huge Cameron Grimes fan. I have no problem with him. The guy can wrestle his ass off, but
bouncing him back and forth, I don't think works.
I don't think bouncing him back and forth between playing nice guy and playing heel is working for him right now.
Because I hate the in-betweeners in a way. Hate those people, like those characters. One day they're face, next day they're heel. 2 weeks they're faces, and the next couple weeks they're heels. Like I hate it when they do.
They're trying to do that with Becky Lynch right now.
Yeah, and it's not working.
Yeah,
but
they try to do that with Becky Lynch. That match was good though. That match with Becky Lynch. We'll get into that though.
Yeah, we'll get that Thursday. We'll do that. Get that. We'll do a double Raw and double SmackDown. A double Raw and one SmackDown thing on Thursday. But after the match was over, JD McDonough comes out.
McDougal. You mean Jordan Devlin?
Yeah, Jordan
Oh,
Devlin.
Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Devlin comes out and attacks Braun Breaker and says he's coming for that NXT championship. They also renamed another kid. They named the A Kid got renamed A Kid again to another person.
Who?
The wrestler named A Kid. They renamed him. I'm gonna see where
You know what the fuck he is? A Kid?
JD McDougal sounds like McDonough sounds like a what do you call it? A lawyer.
Yes, it sounds
A
like
legal
one of the.
practice.
JD
Yes.
McDonough? Sounds like a fucking butch.
And he's still referring to himself as the Irish Ace.
Yes, this is weird.
Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace. What was wrong with that? Now we gotta call him. It's stupid.
JD McDonough.
It's so stupid.
Are we supposed to like put an Irish kick on McDonough? Like,
Of
McDonough?
course, but he was Irish. You don't have to put the Irish fucking name on him. He's already Irish. Dumb.
So A Kid was in NXT UK, and now they renamed him to AXIOM, which I can't even pronounce.
Axiom.
Axiom. And he is coming soon to NXT 2.0.
Great. Can't wait.
But he was the first. He won the Heritage Cup in UK NXT. So I want to see what he's got. But so next week we got Mandy Rose taking on Roxanne Perez. So like you said, Chris, if Mandy Rose loses this match,
They have to go.
to see Toxic Attraction to come up.
Yeah. It's time.
Yes. But also, you have anything to bring to the table?
What's that?
You guys bring anything to the table? You see anything interesting this whole entire Great American Bash or Dynamite?
No. Is Mark still there?
Yes. Mark's on the phone.
Oh.
So I'm gonna break down the Fighter Fest
Go ahead.
night one. I'm gonna look up the card real quick. All right. Mark, do you know what the Fighter Fest card is this Wednesday?
I don't actually. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a second. I don't know if AEW really even posted much about it.
Oh yeah, so there is so far announced. We got Claudio Castagnoli versus Jake Hager. We also have
we got John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita.
That's gonna be a good match. We have the Young Bucks taking on Swerve and the Glory versus Team Taz in a triple threat tag team match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. I'm looking at this card. Hate websites.
It's a two-parter, so there's going to be day one,
Yeah.
day two.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
it's night one and night two. That's what they did last year.
That's how they've always done it since it came out. I'm sure they'll probably drop a few more matches this week for the second card.
So here we got the Young Bucks, like I said, Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson taking on Swerve and the Glory, Shane Swerve Strickland, and Keith Lee versus Team Taz is Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs in an AEW World Tag Team Championship match. We got Claudio Castagnoli versus Jake Hager. We got Anna Jay versus Serena Deeb. We got Luchasaurus versus To Be Announced.
What do you think of the evil Luchasaurus?
Oh, it's crazy. I think it's
like it.
better. I like it better than fucking his green look. It's like
Yeah,
I
think it works.
you know what kind of if you ever play the game Yu-Gi-Oh, in a way, I kind of wish he puts red in his eyes, like red contacts.
Oh, like Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Yeah, that would make it look sick.
That'd be
Cool.
That'd be cool.
And then also we have the Rampage. Is the Rampage going to be part of the Fighter Fest?
I'm not sure.
I think it's gonna be separate.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I think it's gonna be separate.
We got Fighter Fest.
Unless they do decide to do night 2 on Friday.
Yeah, but then that's gonna be an hour card, unless they do a 2-hour. But I don't think they want to keep people in the seats till 1:00.
Yeah, it's a long ass time. Probably just
Because unless they do Rampage live on Friday, which they haven't done a live in a while.
Yeah. Well, we still got a half an hour.
I got to jump.
Ready,
Chris. Thursday. All right. Peace.
See you
Thursday, brother.
All right, boys.
Well, Drew, we got a half an hour. What do you want to talk about? Oh, Rod, can you change the Rod? Can you fix the thing?
Also, I heard. Whatchamacallit?
You want to get into to Rampage a little bit from this Friday? That card was kind of ass, but I guess we can talk about it.
Rampage results. I'm looking it up right now. So you know what the card was?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna try to.
Oh, it was Eddie Kingston. It was the Eddie Kingston versus this. Okay, here we go. Eddie Kingston taking on Konosuke Takeshita.
Mm-hmm.
The match was won by Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that match?
That match was alright. It's just Eddie Kingston's killing me with this look, man. He's got to lose the gut. It's the gut for me. I feel like I told Rodney before, and I said I use such a good word for it. I said every week I feel like his gut gets more gelatinous. Like
you said gelatinous?
Yeah, his gut's just fucking all over the place every week, bro. Like, I'm sorry, the guy's chunky. He looks like he spends too much fucking time in catering. He's got to lay off the catering, lay off the beers, and fucking, put in the work in the gym, man. It's not that hard. I get it. You're an older guy.
And it's harder to lose your gut, but...
It's harder to lose the gut. I don't know if he's a smoker. He looks like a smoker to me. But
he is a smoker. He definitely looks like a smoker.
He definitely looks like a smoker to me. But
because I think I see him and Moxley backstage smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, that match was all right. Yeah.
Us American fans are spoiled with the Takeshita because he's fucking phenomenal in the ring. When he goes back to New Japan, we're gonna miss him. We hope the AEW somehow can sign him. Next, we had a heel turn. We had Gates of Agony taking on Lee Moriarty and Jonathan Gresham.
Yes.
And
okay, so
Jonathan.
So this is the thing. So this tag team between Lee Moriarty and Jonathan Gresham should have never happened. It was such a stupid turn from creative that should have never happened. Because you literally had them fight one match together. I don't know what they've been doing outside of if they've been fighting dark matches together or whatever, because I don't watch dark. But and that's another problem that I want to talk about. That's going to be a good hot take for Thursday. That I've been really giving it some thought. That dark should still not exist anymore. They need to do away with dark, and if if they're gonna do anything, start building up creative storylines on Rampage, because what happens is you're building up storylines on Dark, and nobody fucking watches Dark.
Yeah, nobody's gonna go to YouTube.
And then when you bring it to the fucking show, we have no idea what's going on, and we think that they just wrestled one match together. Jonathan Gresham and fucking Lee Moriarty could have been wrestling together for weeks, and I would have never known because I don't watch Dark.
I'll tell you how. Okay.
So, the way
right now, this week's AEW's Dark has 8.6K people watching it.
That's nothing.
Yeah, that's worse than. That's like 1% of your fucking Rampage viewers watching the shit.
Yeah, that's nothing. Get rid of it already.
It's fucking crazy. 6 days ago, like last week's AEW Dark only had 231,000 views.
You get literally more views off of just posting clips from Dynamite on YouTube.
Yes.
Than actual people watching the Dark episodes.
Yep.
Like, it's stupid. You're giving me too much wrestling. I'm not watching that much wrestling. I shouldn't be in the Arthur Ashe Stadium watching fucking wrestling until 12 o'clock at night.
That's why I said what I said. I'm not, as much as the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view is coming up in July 21st. I'm not interested, or whatever date it is, I'm not really interested in the matches until you could show me a build through these matches. Like, you're throwing these matches out in right field. I understand FTR and Briscoes need that rematch because of the...
I need that rematch in my life. Yes. That rematch is going to be beautiful.
But the only one match on this card right now that actually has a sort of kind of build is Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
For the Ring of Honor TV title. Maybe a little Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia for the Pure Championship, but there's really nothing building for any other matches. They're going to throw...
And that's another thing. Where has Samoa Joe been?
I don't know. He's been disappeared. He's been eating fucking food and creative, probably waiting for something to happen.
I haven't seen Joe defend that title once since he's got it.
I'm hoping he's at fucking AEW.
Has he been on ROH? Has there been
No, there's not been a TV show on for Ring of Honor.
Nothing for ROH.
No, that's why I'm saying the whole AEW Dark should be Ring of Honor. You give me a taping of AEW Ring of Honor an hour before AEW, you have time to change the fucking ring ropes, the turnbuckles. You have time to change the aprons before the show starts. You can, if you wanted to make it so it's not looking as like Ring of as AEW, get one episode a week or something. Get rid of the two ramps, like the heel and face ramps. Get rid of the chandelier, and to say that Arthur Ashe Stadium should be the first treat for us Queens fans. If you were gonna go, should be the first tapings of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, if so that's my thing. Yeah, you could easily, just like I said, replace AEW Dark with Ring of Honor,
and then you can have that, and then you can have more matches building on Rampage in a way, tell more stories on Rampage. But yeah, hello James McGrady.
It works that way. Give me an hour of ROH before we start Dynamite, and then right after Dynamite, give me Rampage.
Then if you need to really
put out of there by 11,
and if you need to put Ring of Honor on YouTube for now before they can find a fucking suitable network for them, like I said, call up Viacom, call up MTV, call up everything, because Paramount Plus right now has so many Paramount Plus exclusive shit right now. Like, you can watch, there's this show called The Challenge now they have.
Oh, what happened with the deal that they were supposed to get with HBO Max?
HBO Max, I haven't heard anything since. We were talking about Rampage and we were talking about like how we feel, thinking that AEW Dark needs to go and needs to be replaced with Ring of Honor, because I understand AEW. We all understand AEW. They would never put Ring of Honor on MTV,
Yeah, no, they
but,
definitely wouldn't.
but if they put them on a streaming site like Paramount Plus, where you paid $9.99 a month for it anyway, if you want to watch anything, you can actually get Ring of Honor on there, and then you could probably watch the pay-per-views on Paramount Plus for free instead of paying so much money. But yeah, we were talking about AEW Dark needs to go, and Ring of Honor needs to go on YouTube or something.
All right, but getting back to Rampage, what was the next match?
So we had Gates of Agony taking on Lee Moriarty and Jonathan Gresham.
Jonathan Gresham, yep.
And Gates of Agony won after Gresham turned on Moriarty.
Yeah.
And now we got Lee Moriarty taking on the Ring of Honor champion Jonathan Gresham.
Mm-hmm. In a title match, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. The next match, we got Serena Deeb and Mercedes Martinez taking on Kayla Sparks and Christina Marie. The match was won by Serena Deeb and Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah.
And we had
Serena Deeb starts beating the shit out of I forgot what the name was.
Mercedes Martinez.
No, she kept going on one of the girls, and Mercedes tried to pull her off of her.
And then
to get her to stop, and then that's what triggered her beating up Mercedes Martinez.
Yep. So we're gonna get a Ring of Honor Women's Championship match between them two so very soon.
That'd be cool. Finally got her away from Sheeta.
And then the main event of the night, we saw Orange Cassidy taking on Tony Nese.
Oh, this was the best match.
And Orange Cassidy wins.
That match was so good.
With a little help from Danhausen. Even though
fucking
Danhausen is the fucking joke of AEW with Orange Cassidy in a way. But Danhausen fucking low-blowing fucking Mark Starling that made me laugh hysterically.
That was good. Danhausen's funny, man.
I know he's the R-Truth of AEW. It's kind of the things that make me laugh.
And there's going to be a storyline coming, I believe, hopefully soon, like I was saying before, between him, Sammy Guevara, and Kip Sabian.
Yes. We still need, I want to Hookhausen somehow to win the fucking championships or something. That'd be crazy. So, like, we're tag team partners for one time. Can we make it two? For the AEW tag team championships, and they win? It's like they forced.
Yes and no. Don't get me wrong, I like this whole Hookhausen thing. But do I think it's going to last enough to, make them tag team material? Nah. I see Hook as more of a solo competitor in the mid-card area for now. Let the kid get his feet wet. He's still a young kid, man. He's, I think, younger than you.
Yeah.
Or around your age.
Hook is my brother's age.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
Hook's 23.
He's 23, yeah. So, he's got a long way to go in his career. Let the boy get his feet wet. And who knows if he even wants to do wrestling in the long term.
Yeah, because I would honestly, like, right now, the direction of wrestling is, like, it's kind of, like, slowly, like, in a way, dying in a way.
Yeah, and exactly. And he's got the strong boxing background. Worst comes to worst, he falls out of wrestling and goes right into MMA.
Yep.
Or boxing.
Or boxing, yep.
Yeah.
But Orange Cassidy winning.
Orange Cassidy's looking great lately.
Yep.
I'm liking his what they got for him right now after they brought him back.
Yep.
So I see him hopefully getting a possible title shot somewhere down the line. Then maybe a mid-card title, maybe the Atlantic Championship.
And maybe But
We'll
I also love, because the other day I was flipping through TikTok,
mm-hmm.
and the video was of when it was the Elite versus, I'm gonna say Jericho's team.
Yeah.
versus Inner Circle, and then Santana throws Matt Jackson into the fucking bathroom, and you saw Orange Cassidy in the bathroom. And I was like, that was funny as fuck when I watched it, and I'm
Yeah,
still
that was
laughing
a
today.
classic moment, man. That was great. He was just chilling in the bathroom, like that was great. Orange Cassidy's good, man. I like him. Chris talks about it all the time with the whole hands in the pockets thing, but
Yeah, it's like his gimmick. You know what I didn't realize? That Orange Cassidy actually took on Velveteen Dream in a match for the North American Championship
what was this?
back when Velveteen Dream was a champion.
No, he was on. Orange Cassidy was in WWE.
No, it was like at a house show or something. I'm gonna look it up.
No, they crossed indie wrestling over.
It was it was at an Evolve event.
Oh, Evolve. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was in 2019.
Wow,
Imagine being there for that match.
that was
Like,
a long. I went to Evolve, at La Boom in Queens, off of
yeah,
Northern Boulevard, and that was when I got to meet 90% of the Undisputed Era. I pretty much got to meet everybody except Adam Cole because he wasn't there. Um, and then Roddy and not Roddy, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were supposed to have a tag team match, and then I don't know what happened. I guess they had to. That I don't. I guess they had to rebook their flight because I think their flight got canceled, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it for NXT, so they had to leave early. So I forgot who they threw in for that match. I don't remember, but um, Tyler Breeze was there too.
yeah.
That was cool. Roddy had a good match. I think he was defending, I believe, the North American title at the time. So he had a good match. He went over obviously, and that was actually when before Luchasaurus became Luchasaurus.
Yep.
He was there. Forgot what the fuck his name was. I looked it up the last time. Give me a second.
But as well, me and Rodney went to a Evolve event where the Street Profits were there, and before the event happened, we saw Montez Ford literally leap up in dress shoes and he dunked on the hoop.
He was Austin Draven back
Yes.
then. He was also Judas Devlin at one point. And
You know what's
Judas-
crazy?
Judas Draven.
Luchasaurus was on a TV show that me and Kenny Klein watch,
Mhm.
and now we're getting Rodney into called Big Brother. He
Mhm.
was on season 17 of Big Brother.
Really?
Yes.
He was in the match that he was in on Evolve. He was actually, I think, in that match with Theory. And JD Drake was in that match, and I forgot who else. I can't remember the other big guy. But yeah, that was pretty good. Evolve was cool, man. The worst thing, the worst thing about that damn club is the fact that the urinal in the bathroom is literally a fucking pig trough. It's like one of those pig troughs.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no separation, there's no walls.
Yeah,
in
your arms,
between.
your arms arm. I peed
You're
one
literally
time in
on.
there,
So
and
I
was
went
like,
in. I went in the damn stall. I waited for somebody to walk out the fucking stall. The stall, bro. I was not trying to.
look at anything. I'm like, hell
sit
no.
There, like,
Back me the fuck away from this situation.
yeah, that was the worst. But everything else was cool. The club's cool. The drinks were pretty reasonably priced. You know, we were pretty much chilling the whole night, me and my boys. So it was alright. It wasn't bad. And then I went to the last of the indie show I went to was Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I'm here.
I lagged out for a second.
I thought I liked that. I was like,
No, that was me. It happens all the time. So yeah, so that was the last indie show before Santana and Ortiz got called up to AEW. That was also one of the last indie shows for Anthony Bowens, Tasha Steeles. I don't remember if Deanna Purrazzo was there. I think Deanna Purrazzo.
Goodness, this is incredible. What a package.
you scared the shit out of me, man. Fucking hey.
Big Swole was there. Shotzi was there.
Yo, fucking Big Swole, man. Lucky. She's a lucky woman.
Oh man, she's good, man. She's real good. So yeah, that was a good one, man. I'm looking forward to Jobber Slam too. I gotta get my tickets for that. I'm still waiting for Rodney.
Yeah. I can't. So yeah, we gotta figure that shit out for Jobber Slam. What we're gonna be doing. I think we gotta make a big group chat with Chris and figure out what tier we want to do it and how much we're all gonna pay, because I don't know I know the pricing of the tiers, but I don't know what comes in the tiers.
Well, we got the big tier, which is $500, so it'd be $100 a person.
Yeah.
If we split it. And I think we get a shit ton of stuff. We get some backstage stuff. We get to meet some wrestlers. We get to interview some wrestlers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would be dope.
But we got an interesting Raw tonight. Brock Lesnar returns to Raw.
Should be a good one, hopefully. Guy's been off the show for weeks now.
Yeah, since SmackDown. His experience of SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait for SummerSlam.
SummerSlam's going to be cool.
We got new women's SmackDown champion and Liv Morgan. Very happy about that. We'll talk more about that on Thursday.
I don't know how long they're going to give her a title run for, because
I know.
If she's defending that title against...
She's defending it against Ronda.
Yeah. Ronda might not... She might go over on Ronda again, though.
You know, I see what happening.
But if she's got to go up against Natty, I don't see her going over on Natty.
See, my thing is, if this is WWE booking, Liv Morgan wins because of shenanigans, because Charlotte Flair might come back.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Flair might come in and attack one of them.
That's what they're saying. They're also saying a possible Bayley return at SummerSlam. We'll see. Is she medically cleared yet, Bayley?
I think she's been medically cleared.
Okay.
But
we'll see.
Guess we should wrap things up.
Well, Sir Rodness.
I will. Guess I'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching another BTB Live here on Mondays. Thanks for listening, to all the viewers, to the comments, to everybody that's been here, to K Marvel that joined in, to the co-host Krista Carlos, to Mark Ray, the co-host, the host Rod Banks, who went out on business and let me take over. But I gotta say,
never happens.
Which I will say, I'm grateful to be in this position. I love the fact that Rodney texted me about this, and I've never been on a really BTB Live on a Monday. But I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for listening. You guys have a great week. Catch us back here live on Beyond the Barricade on Thursday from 7 to 9 for Andrew's Hot Takes, where we'll be talking about mad shit at wrestling with Raw and SmackDown.
We always wind up going off the rails.
Yes, at the last half hour or so. But for Rodney, for Mark, for Chris, for me, I'll say see you later and have a good night. Peace. And Wakanda.
Get your Peacock